Hi, welcome. Hi, welcome anyone who popped in. Alright, let me... Here. Okay, I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. Okay. Anyways, hi, welcome. Anyone who may be here. I don't even know if I'm fucking live. I am. Okay, cool. Alright, okay, cool. Anyway, so... what was I gonna say? Okay, yeah, I just woke up from a nap. Oh my lord. I ate like noodles and then went to sleep, and I think my stomach is a little upset. That's it, cause like yeah. Right, I think my stomach's upset a little bit because I didn't like digest my food before taking a nap, like lying down. So like my stomach kind of stings a little, but other than that, I think we're mostly good. Hi, welcome if anyone just popped in. All right, let me go ahead, open the sheets. New skin. Oh yeah, what's it called? I revealed the new skin the other day. Here, let me like. Also, first of all, what's up? Hello, welcome in. Excuse me. But yeah, so here's like here's the full thing. And what's it called? I got like cool shoes and shit. Ew, my XP number's so small. You actually got XP? That's crazy. Yeah, so lately nobody's been getting XP. Literally nobody's been getting XP. But yeah, so I can turn off the star, so I can like focus on me, and then I can also turn off the coat and become the regent from Slay the Spider too. Anyways, 15 XP is a scam. It's 15? People were getting XP in like increments of 5, and it was immediately getting taken away. You're lucky. You're genuinely lucky. What the hell? Really long legs, bro. I think, what's it called? If anything, like, I guess I can see it. I can kind of see it. Hold on. Yeah. Continuing the long VTuber tradition of having legs that are like 79% of my body. All right, let me here. Where is it? Window capture. Google Sheets. Huzzah, Google Sheets. There we go. Well-timed laugh. But yeah, anyways, so what's it called? I have been alerted to here. So this is the design rules doc. This needs to be completely changed. Okay, so this is not really design rules. This doesn't let you to roll. That. This is just something I need to keep in mind. That. There we go. So, anyway, I have news. I got on the dean's list. Is that a good thing? If that's a yes, okay, thank the Lord, because like I think I'm also on a list. I think I'm also on a list. So what's it called? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm also on a list. So it's like I had to ask. I had to make sure. But like I think also you're probably fine. I can't see any reason you'd be on a list. Not that type of list. You know what's it called? Anyway. Okay, let me do this. Here we go. So, one card represents 3 units of material. A unit of material refers to an individual instance of a card being used to pay a cost. I.e., anyway, okay. Dean's List of Excellence in Academic Performance. This prize is awarded to students based on academic excellence. Oh, hell yeah. Nice. Good to hear that you're not on any kind of... Good to know you're not on anybody's lists. Good to know that... Good to hear that you're not on the student dean's the other list. But yeah, what's it called? To pay for drop. Okay, there we go. So there's that. Therefore, one card being drawn is an increase of 3 units of material. There we go. What other list? Let's just say, what's it called? Let's just say my student dean has been keeping an eye on me. I haven't heard about it in a good minute, but what's it called? Yeah, students must meet the below criteria to be awarded the prize in the relevant calendar year. Been enrolled in the bachelor's in Faculty of Engineering, completed minimum of 36 credits. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, like, is it based on academic excellence? Eligibility criteria varies. Do you know what the eligibility in your faculty is? Or whatever? Because, like, it can't just be, like, you have the highest grades, right? Here we go. Okay. Minimum of 36 credits. Okay, so that. Okay, I was about to say, because, like, what's it called? I guess it's, like, minimum of, you did say, like, minimum of 35. Okay, annual average mark of at least 35. Oh, 85. I don't exactly know what that means, personally. Average annual mark. Is that, like... I don't think we... I don't know what that would be, like, I don't know what would be equivalent in the US. But yeah, it's like good grades, I guess. So does like everyone who have them also average over their course results? Okay. So because I'm guessing like everyone who meets also actually so like oh okay, so like everyone who like meets that criteria is is on the dean's list or something. I guess my stupid ass was assuming that some people just don't. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was like a bit. Also, I thought it was a bit more special in the sense that like, what's it called? Here. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was like a bit more special, and that like, what's it called? That was like, because it says like minimum, but like then again, like I just woke up from a nap. I'm not thinking straight. Playing any tactic also gains you 1 material. Most effects. Okay, most. Oh. I have no idea if there's a cap of the number of people can get it. Yeah, because like I was kind of thinking. Also, let me take this fuck ass coat off. There. Just so you can, like, read. There we go. But yeah. Most tactics should be rebalanced around the fact that playing a tactic for free gives you 1 unit of material. Let's call this for now. There we go. Right. Anyway, but yeah, because like we were like playtesting on stream the other day. I had two reviewers, Marastra, and a new guy who's been in here, Silent, playtesting my TCG, and Silent cooked up this bullshit where like they just kept like drawing cards and drawing cards and drawing cards, and used Airburst Reva Burster as a win condition to kind of just like pump up Airburst. Like it's like drain 1, gain 10,000. And then like what's called Airburst just kind of like pumped up to like 190,000 and went just like one shot. Yeah, I saw. Oh yeah, what's it called? I think, were you there? You was there too. But yeah. Let me like star this. Each turn, a player gains upwards. Okay. Each turn, player gains 3 in draw. Expends expends 1. Okay, expends 1 in drop and in charge. Okay, 1 in drop and then 1 in charge to gain another 3 So there's no reason to not drop charge. If a player charges, okay, draw gains, okay, draw is +3 draw plus drop equals +2 draw plus drop plus charge equals. So it's 3, 2, 1, 4. There. Interesting. Also, I also have juicy news on my PhD project next year. I can't talk about it right now, but I'm so excited. Hell yeah. Good luck and stuff. But yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll like split these up just so I can like read it, like just so it's like a bit more readable. So right now, balance-wise, I think realistically, either I remove the draw in charge, because like the draw in charge makes it so that optimally, if you want the most materials possible, you always charge. If I remove the draw from charge, then it goes down to 1. in exchange for giving you access to drain, like, giving you access to paying drain costs. These shoes have gotten me on and off thinking about a combat card game. Dude, so honestly, if anything, if I'm inspiring people to make stuff, then like that's awesome, genuinely. But yeah, welcome in. I'm genuinely considering removing the draw. Consider removing the draw off of charge to reduce it to +1 UM, since the trade-off would seem to be accessing multiple different kinds of costs, and late game there is no reason not to. Yeah, I really should remove that draw. Okay, so there's that. A unit material. So 1 UM refers to an individual instance of a card being used to pay cost. Okay, is there anything else I need to translate along? Okay, so a way to offset the UM increase of card draw would be to delay the card draw to the next turn or later. The next turn or another time. EX an alternate. Okay. Consider for a journey without question mark. There we go. But yeah, so there's that. Anyway, so I think this is enough. Okay. What? Okay. 1 UM is equivalent to 10,000 attack and HP. Okay, is equivalent to 20,000 total stats. Okay, 20,000 total stats. Okay. So far, all I have is the most bare bones idea for the game flow. Yeah, what's it called? I think the magic is like, what's it called? The magic is genuinely once you start like, actually like coming up. Yeah, once you start solidifying things, it is so nice to kind of have like a base to work off of. Because like I really should have actually tried to quantify this. Because like early on, like I had like explained the game like, oh, you can use your mana like 3 times. But I never actually sort of like put it down on paper. I feel like this is like a great way to kind of, what's it called? Say that. Generic mill cannot exist in capacity. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll think about this later. Okay, what else? Is there anything else? Okay. Okay, so manipulating UM. Okay, let's like have like the different section of like manipulating UM. Okay. Okay. Cause like, okay, so draw drawing a card. Okay. How much each individual type of effect / ability gives. Okay, there we go. The idea is each player has a mecha card that has a max hand size, energy, armor, and weapon slots. Each turn you draw your hand to max size and equip weapons within the weight and energy limit, then deploy to complete contracts. Okay, well, so I think Flesh and Blood actually does that. From what I've seen, because on Flesh and Blood you have like a champion or whatever, and you like equip them with like different pieces of armor and stuff. And like, so I barely managed to watch a like how-to video on Flesh and Hunger, not Flesh and Hunger, Flesh and Blood, yeah. And like, yeah, no, immediately my brain was like, oh, that's Flesh and Blood. The way you did the math on the model is really good. Yeah, like, also, I was like glazing the hell out of myself about it last stream, but like, what's it called? Yeah, I used like a mouth form guide this time. And like, yeah, I used somebody else's mouth form guide this time. And like, what's it called? You can actually kind of tell like what, like, it actually visually represents like what kinds of sounds I'm making. And it's so cool. You're moving the corners of the mouth in when you open, it's so much better. Yeah, because like before I would just like freehand stuff and it wouldn't come across as defined. Okay, to complete contracts. Contracts pull units out of the other player's separate opposition deck. Whoever empties the player's opposition deck wins. Okay. So, in order to, like, at the risk of sounding incredibly pretentious, Flesh and Blood with Pokemon's prize card system, in a way. Okay. Okay, assuming it is attached to a card that activates for free. Okay, that's actually really interesting. Cause like, what's it called? When it comes to right? What was I gonna say? Yeah, when it comes to like, how much you gain changes depending on how much the card costs. Cause like here, like I have to assume that it activates the free rate. So draw is like, so draw is -1 to activate, +3 Okay. Yeah, -1 to activate, +3 to +3 after drawing a card. Total gain. Okay. Net change to would be +2 So that's drawing. So I'm just gonna like work through literally every, what's it called? Yeah, I'm gonna work through every effects that we have. I think most are just gonna be straight -1. This is the long ass dog. Okay. Possibly I've played neither. It's actually an iteration of idea how to for a Bloons Tower Defense card game before Ninja Kiwi made themselves Bloons Card Storm. Interesting. Also, I think also you should probably like look into Flesh and Blood just a little bit, because it seems like, what's it called? Yeah. Okay, so so there's play. Okay, so -1 to activate, -X Okay, -X to play the desired unit. So its net change is minus x minus x plus 1. Alright. Okay, so minus x. Okay, negative x minus 1 UM. Jesus fucking Christ. That looks ugly as shit. Genuinely ugly as shit. How do I make this look better? Fuck it, Weeball. It just looks like that. It just looks like that. What else am I gonna do? Ooh, wait. It changes depending on whether, like, where it's from, right? I think play doesn't really matter. Oh, wait. Okay, play from hand. Minus 1 UM to activate. Minus 1 UM. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. It would be, what's up? It's minus x plus 1 to play the desired unit. Okay, x is cost, 1 is the card itself. So it cancels out. So you're just going minus x. I'm a genius. What's up? Could you close the left sidebar and tabs? I'm hoping that that'll reset the... Actually, let me do that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Also, let me like scoot over just a little bit. It didn't move. It moved a little bit. There we go. So then play from anywhere but hand. Okay, let's do this. We'll do this. This is this needlessly verbose? Is this needlessly verbose? Okay, we'll put the net change like here. So then we would just copy over this. Because then you're not losing a UM for, okay, you're not losing UM. Ooh, wait. This would be from just deck, right? Because if you play from hand or cost zone, hand, drop, or charge. Okay, from hand, drop, or charge, all of those cards still count as 1 UM. Okay, let me define that. Hold on. A card... Okay. Every physical card on the board represents 1 UM. Or... Every... Okay. No, how do I define that? Cause like, what's it called? Okay, I probably need separate terms for these because they're different things, right? Because 1 UM is just vaguely, like, 1 UM refers to an individual instance of a card being used to pay a cost. The total amount of UM any player has at any given time is the sum of how many units of cost they can play. Okay, they can theoretically pay costs with. So then each player begins with a 7-card hand, which can each be used, which each have 3, which each represent 3 UM. Wait! A card in hand represents 3 UM. A card in drop represents 2 UM. A card in charge represents 1 UM. I'm a genius. That's what that means. That's what that means. We are making math the fuck up. Okay. So, all right. This deserves to be I believe this is this. And then this goes here. There. Just kind of cleaning that up because those are like extra comments. Also, hi, welcome if anything's popped in. So, can I minimize these? Not really. Actually, if anything, having the comments on the side pushes them off. So like, it pushes the document to the left so you can actually see it. Okay, so armed with this newfound information, playing a card from hand, drop, or charge, each of those cards is being taken out of its zone. Oh, wait! No, okay. Play from hand. So, a card in hand is 3 UM. So, okay, this also needs to be the quantity of x plus 3, not minus x plus 3. Chain Bestial, hi, welcome. Hi, welcome. I'm, what's it called? Currently for my TCG, I am working on quantifying what my resource, like, scientifically quantifying what my resource system means, and holy fucking shit. Okay, so, to play a card from hand, okay, play the effect from hand. So, playing a card from hand, it's 1 UM to activate, and it's minus x plus 3. Because a card in hand is 3 UM, you're losing the cost to play the card? Yeah, you're losing the cost to play the card, plus 3 UM. So then, you're losing the you are losing negative, okay, minus the quantity of x plus 2? Where does the card go after it's played? The board. So, like, I guess, like, defining this a little bit more. A card that is being played... Okay, I'll pull up this, just, like... Because I feel like we're gonna need a visual for this. We're gonna need a visual for this. We are gonna need visuals. It's bullshit. Now, after it's destroyed from board... after it's destroyed from the board, it goes to drop. So, a card being... Okay, so, like... So, all of these are... So, like, I'm calculating how much UM each individual type of ability it gives, assuming it is attached to a tactic that activates for free, right? So, for, like, let's pretend, Let's pretend okay, let's pretend this is a tactic that just reads play a unit from your hand. So I activate this tactic, play a unit from your hand, right? So then, in order to play Hexcalibur, in order to play Hexcalibur, okay, in order to resolve the effect of playing Hexcalibur from hand, so the effect is play a card from your hand, like play a unit from your hand. It's -1 to activate because you are. It's -1 to activate because you are using a. It's -3. No, wait. Playing any tactic actually loses you. Wait. No, wait. So, playing any tactic, it's here. Okay, so playing a tactic. Okay, playing any tactic. This is a lie. This is just a straight lie. It doesn't give you free material because you lose 3. Wait, you lose 3. Or no. We're gonna get rid of that. That's a straight lie. Hello, Suureva. Hello, welcome in. Today's stream is very math heavy. In the sense that we're like thinking about numbers a lot. It's not very involved math, it's just we're figuring out what the math is. It's basic arithmetic. We're just trying to figure out what numbers come from where. So, okay. Am I thinking about this wrong? No, I'm not. Okay. So, a tactic is intrinsically -1, right? Because you could have dropped. Actually, no, it is intrinsically -1 because it goes to drop. Okay, so like something I do want to define here. A card in hand represents 3, a card in drop represents 2, a card in charge represents 1. So, okay, so a card played in hand goes to drop, so it is intrinsically -1 because it is going from providing 3 to providing 2. So it is correct. It is correct. Hold on. It loses. Okay, it is intrinsically -1. Playing any tactic for free is intrinsically -1 UM. In the sense, okay, as moving from hand to drop reduces its total UM. It reduces the amount of UM it provides from 3 to 2. Okay. Are you trying to do something or are you trying to get some sleep? Oh yeah, let's go. I gotta get up early because I'm taking, like, my younger brother has a boxing match and we have to go to the next town over, like, really early in the morning. Okay, so here. Okay, I'm gonna finish resolving this. 3 in hand. -1 plus. Is this x -2 or is this -4? Minus x plus 4. Because, okay, -1. Okay. Shit, I can't do math. So you're changing the resources? I'm not changing the resources. I'm just strictly defining. Well, let me okay. Mathematically defining how the costs in my TCG work. So we're not changing anything. We're just observing and noting down what everything means. Okay, so because this is minus x minus 3. Okay, so instead of like using parentheses and confusing the shit out of myself. Okay, well, instead of like mixing those together, we're just gonna do this. Okay. Minus x unit. It's minus 3. Because once a unit is on the board, it does not represent any UM. This is defining the net mana. In fact, the tactic that allows you to play 3 costs from hand. This is defining. Okay, what I'm currently quantify is the net UM. Okay, the net gain of UM. So assume we have a tactic that activates for free. How much UM? What is the net change of your UM? Okay, what is the net change of UM if the effect is to play a card from hand? Yeah. So like the net impact of a tactic that allows you to play the net impact of a tactic that allows you to play any card. Any card. What this 3 represents. Okay. Where x is the cost, minus 3. Okay, minus 3 UM.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination.
Representing
Have a nice day.
the unit in hand going to the board. The unit represents 3 UM in hand, but once it goes to the board, it no longer represents UM. Okay, no longer counts toward the player's UM. So the net change of a tactic that activates for free that plays a unit from the hand is negative the quantity of x plus 4. Isn't that still just minus 1 because you have to pay the mana? No, okay. What's it called? So x is like, okay, isn't that still just minus 1 because you would have to pay the mana to play the unit either way? So what's it called? Here there's 3 parts to it. The first part is the guaranteed minus 1 UM of playing the tactic to the board, right? So this is our tactic. We are going minus 1 UM by playing it from the hand. It's minus X UM to actually pay the cost of Hexcalibur. So 1, 2 to draw. Okay, so here we're going to use Hexcalibur in this example. This card's cost is drop 2. It is minus X. Oh. Yeah, okay. Minus X UM. Because regardless of what you're doing, if it was charged, we would still be moving 2. So like paying any cost is inherently minus that much cost. So this second part, right, X. The second part, minus X UM, where X is the cost, that is where this is coming from. So this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. And then you actually play the unit itself. A unit in your hand, okay, a card in hand represents 3 UM. Because 1 card in hand can be used to pay 1 drop cost, right? So I'm going to move this out for a sec. 1 card in hand can be used to pay 1 drop cost, then a charge cost, then a drain cost. So this is 1, 2, 3. Any card in hand, like, because of this, 1 card in hand represents 3 UM. And because, okay, we're going to walk it back, restart over. The tactic that does the thing, we play it, which is inherently minus 1. To play a unit from the hand, we first pay the cost, which is drop 2. So here, X is 2. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Then we play the unit from our hand to the board, which is inherently minus 3, because in hand it represents 3, but you cannot use units on the board You cannot use units on the board as material, so you're inherently going -3. So playing a unit from hand is inherently... Okay, the effect... Okay, so generally, the effect... Okay, a tactic... Okay, the card that does the thing for free, where the thing is play a unit from hand, you are inherently losing -x plus 4... Okay, minus the quantity of x plus 4 So, okay. The reason why it's -x plus 4 is because, like, we have -3, we have, okay, -1, -3, and then -x. I'm just choosing to write it this way. Actually, hold on. I'm choosing to write it this way because both of these will end up being negative once you distribute out the minus. I think there's an argument to make to write it like this, right? Because, like, this is, like, this removes a bit of ambiguity. But basically, the, what's it called? The -3 does not come from the 3 cost of a card. The -3 is just an inherent minus, like, the inherent, okay, the -3 is just you inherently losing 3 whole pieces of material by playing a card from hand. Actually, I probably should note that down here. Playing, okay, here. The net change of playing any unit is as follows. So it's -3 Okay. Yeah. Okay, so first off, okay, so the first thing you do, it's -x, okay, -x to pay the cost of the unit, and then -3 as an okay, representing the unit going to the board. Inherently -x -3. There. Okay. So, okay, let's do this. The thing is, this is actually going to be rendered fairly moot. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, instead of assuming that it's attached to a tactic that activates for free, we can just include the cost of the card. So, okay. In the following text tree, okay, key for the following text tree. So we're gonna have to rewrite this. X represents the cost of a card being played. Like, we can make this a bit more generic. Follow-up question then. All cards that destroy your opponent's units have to come with some further upside for the caster, since that frees up the card on board to be used as 2 more Yeah, because, like, a board wipe is actually completely dog shit. Because a board wipe is inherently... it inherently gives your opponent 2x. Where x is... what's up? Yeah, it inherently gives your opponent 2x Okay. Okay, we'll... actually, let me screenshot that, Loki. Okay. Loki... I guess... here. Okay. So, x represents the cost of a card being played. So then... okay, x is referred... Okay. X is reserved for the cost of a card being played. Y is reserved for any secondary costs. For example, the cost of the unit being played in the play keyword is a secondary cost, as it's an extra cost that needs to be paid beyond the first. And then Z is reserved for any other, Z is reserved for any other relevant Z is reserved for any other relevant costs that may come up. We'll work with this and then expand it as we go. So it's so draw is, we're going minus X UM for cost. It is for the cost of the card. So this is actually minus X plus 2. So then, yeah, so the cost component, the activation component, the drawing component. So then playing a card from hand is, so we're gonna have to get rid of this. So it's minus X UM for cost. So it's minus Y UM, where Y is the cost. So then this is minus X minus 4. Minus X minus Y minus 4 UM. This is gross. This looks disgusting and this looks bad because I'm typing this in freaking docs of all, Google Docs of all things. Let's use an equal sign because it's pissing me off. There. Okay, so there's that. So you're going minus X minus Y minus 4, which is absolutely insane, by the way. So then, so then here, play the effect from drop. So we're gonna copy paste all of this, except it's, because so here, minus 3 represent the unit, in drop, going to the board. It represents 2 UM in drop. But once it goes to the board, it no longer counts toward the player's UM. Actually, I think I can make this a sort of like addendum here. I guess there's this. Play from drop. Play. So this is the effect from charge. So this is going to be minus 1 UM, representing the unit in charge going to the board, because it represents 1 UM in charge. So we're gonna have to copy over this as well. I forgot to do that. So this is gonna be minus 3. This is going to be minus 2. Okay. So I guess to read this, it's like the costs you pay. Like, you can't really say, oh, this card is like just straight up minus 4. Because it goes older. Actually, no, you can just say this card is straight up minus 4. But it's just in general. Also, in general, the effect. Okay. Gives, assuming it is. Gives, assuming it is on a tactic. assuming it is on a tactic and the only thing that tactic does. Okay, assuming it is on a tactic, it is used once in, okay, used once. It has one target, and is the only thing that target does, that tactic does. So then, like, each of these would have to be calculated differently for every single card. But is there any point to doing this? It's a nice baseline. It's a nice baseline. This is a nice base. Okay, just so I don't forget, the reason I'm making these, okay, this text tree is because of tactic balancing purposes. So, like, after I do all of this, I'm gonna have to actually plug in all of the numbers. Okay. Let's keep going. Using a zero cost tactic that summons a card for full cost effectively adds +1 drop to a card's cost. Hold on. Okay, let's unpack that real quick. Using a zero cost tactic that summons a card for full cost. Okay, so let me ask you that question first. Summons a card. In this game specifically, summoning can be, okay, summoning is equivalent to one of two things. It can either be playing or calling. Playing a card is quote unquote summoning a card while paying its cost. Calling is summoning a card, like quote unquote summoning a card without paying its cost. So are we a zero cost tactic that summons a card for full cost? Okay, no, you're saying playing. That summons a card for full cost. So that means playing. That means playing. Like the word play just means all of that. Using a zero cost tactic that plays a card effectively adds +1 drop to a card's cost. No. Does it? Wait. Okay, I'm so in the weeds of all this number shit. You are correct, because if I take my head out of the books and stop being a pretentious asshole, actually playing the card would just be drop to play it. So then I play the tactic for free, then it's drop to. Okay, the card goes to drop, by the way. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, okay, you're correct because, what's it called? Yeah, you're correct because just playing the card, you only dropped, just like, say for example, this is Excalibur, right? It's drop to, we just drop to. But if we play a free tactic that does play that card, it's drop to Excalibur and then. Okay, so you're correct. You're correct. Yeah, you are right. I'm being a pretentious asshole. Okay. Does that work? Okay. I'll note this here. Can I react to this? Okay, can I reply to this? Note. Effectively. Okay, actually, so just to expand that, using a tactic to, yeah, no, you're right. It doesn't even matter if it's zero cost. It always inherently adds +1 drop because you're dropping that card. Free cards cost 1 drop innately. Yes. Every card costs 1 drop innately. In order to use any card onto the board, costs 1. No, using any tactic is inherently -1. Yeah, using any card is inherently -1. And okay, I guess like another thing to note is like I'm looking at this from the lens of, okay, I'm analyzing this under the lens of the concept of that I made the fuck up like an hour ago. I made the fuck up like 20 minutes ago where is like the total amount of potential cost. Like the sum of potential costs. Okay. The sum of potential cards players can use to pay costs. So like actual practical, what's it called? It's really important to take a step back and realize, okay, using a tactic to play a unit inherently adds an extra drop because you are, okay, inherently adds an extra drop because that tactic goes to drop. I had a follow-up thought. Inherently goes to drop. Because of this, there needs to be an advantage to doing so. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and just finish up mapping this out, and then we can talk about things. So that's from charge, and then from deck. I believe playing a card from drain is effectively the same, right? Because neither card represents any UM. From anywhere, okay, from drain or the deck. So it is still, so this goes away. So then its net change is like this. There we go. So playing a card from drain is the most cost effective for total UM. You're bound to get caught up in the word inherently when you explain, okay. You're bound to get caught up on the word inherently when you explain this if you keep including it in your notes. I think, what's it called? Yeah. I guess in that case, let me know when inherently does not actually apply, because I'm kind of using it as just a buzzword at this point. Which is a bit of an issue. Can I edit this? Edit. Okay, I think this is a valid use of the word inherently. On top of whatever costs that tactic may have. There, that is correct. Okay, honestly, shouldn't the unit on board still represent 2 UM because it could still be destroyed in the course of regular game action? It could still be destroyed in the course of regular game action, but as it exists on the board, it cannot be used on the board at that moment. Like, say we have Excalibur on the board, right? It's potentially 2. It is potentially 2 because it could go to drop, but because it is not in drop, it is not actively providing you with 2 UM. So like, also, the unit on board does not represent 2 UM because you at the moment, let me actually add that to the definition. Okay. Shit, where do I, potential, shut up. Okay. Angel, okay. Actually, I'll just add that. I think we add that here. A card on the board may potentially go to drop, but does not represent any UM because, ooh. Okay, hold on. One UM is, okay. So then, UM as a whole refers to, okay, at that moment. So this deserves to be here. There. Shit. Okay, this will, okay, I'm gonna move this
to the comments. There we go. Okay, the total amount of any player has at any given time is the sum of how many units of how many okay, how many how much they can theoretically expend at that moment. Is that a good definition? Because a card in drop, while it does represent a total of 3 at that moment, it can only be used as 1. I feel like I could define this better. The total amount of any any player has at any given time is the sum of how much okay, the sum, okay, every card in every zone, okay, every cost of every card in every relevant zone. The sum of, okay, of provided by cards a player controls. Okay, nerd. This is, I told you the moment you stepped in here, this is what you signed up for. The total amount of any player has at any given time is the sum of provided by every card. Okay. The sum of provided by every card that player controls. Owns. Okay. So the sum of provided by every card, so that's 2 sums. Okay, let me do this real quick. EX. Example. If a player has 4 cards in hand, one card in drop, 2 cards in charge, and 1 card in drain. Okay, 1 card on the board. That player currently controls, so it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 4 times 3 plus 1 times 2 plus 2 times 1. The card on the board may go to drop as a result of any game action, but does not actively contribute to a player's, to that player's because at that moment it cannot be used for costs. There we go. Okay, we'll say that. Is Machi locking in? Welcome in. We're doing math. We're doing a lot of math. It's very simple. It's like the actual math itself is incredibly simple. I'm just trying to figure out what the math is. Like, okay, so it's like, what's it called? It's math in the sense that, like, the actual math itself is very easy. It's just basic algebra, but we're just trying to define what algebra we're trying to use. Do you want me to give you a rundown? Should I try to give you a rundown? Here, okay, I'll give it a shot, right? So, starting from the top. Here, let's like insert a line here. I might actually move all this. So, honestly, I don't think I'll understand, but sure. Alright, this stuff is very, what's it called? I think if you're like, okay, what's it called? It doesn't really matter how okay you are at math. It just understands, it just matters how good you are at listening. TLDR, we're trying to pin down the mana value of a card in hand versus the body on the board. TLDR, we're trying to pin down, okay, we're trying to map out exactly we're trying to pin down exactly what everything represents. Like, more. Yeah, we're trying to calculate. Okay, we're trying to figure out the energy equation. Okay, I need to talk a little bit quieter. My brother told me to shut up because I'm talking too loud. Okay, so... Okay, right. So, starting off, we have defined UM. Okay, so, right now, like, the way that the TCG works, right? It's like, there's like, you have cards, and each card can go to drop, charge, or drain to pay costs, right? So, each card effectively represents 3 UM, or... units of material. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 3. Yeah, so that's 3. So like 1 UM refers to an individual instance of card being used to pay cost. Okay, 1 UM is a card being used to pay the cost. So like this is 1 UM, this is 1, this is 1 for a total of 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, right? Exactly what I just said. The total amount of UM any player has... Okay, the UM you have is based off of how much each card provides you. A card in your hand represents... Okay, a card in your hand is 3. Okay, a card in your hand is 3 UM. A card in your drop is 2 UM. A card in your charge is 1 UM. Because a card in charge can only be used for cost once. A card in drop can be used in cost once, twice. And a card in hand can be used once, twice, thrice, right? So basically, the gist of what we're trying to figure out is, what's it called? The gist of what I'm trying to map out here is, what's it called? Okay, tell your brother to body slam his weak brother show comments. But yeah, so what we're trying to map out is how much thinking. Okay, we're trying to just... Okay, so I guess, like, we're mapping out the flow of UM in this game as a whole. So, this is a sort of, like, basic principle, right? Of what UM is. The rest of this, after this, is, like, any kind of, like... any other kind of extra bits of useful information. This is, like, our one sort of, like, solid piece of information. Everything else is, like, expanded from that. So, one card being drawn... gives... Okay, every turn a player draws a card, they gain 3 UM. Because they get an extra card in hand, which represents 3 UM. Which means that if you draw, you get 3 UM. If you draw, then drop, you only get 2. But if you draw, drop, charge, the charge step draws you card to give you 4. So I'm considering removing that draw to make it plus 1 UM. So it's like 3, 2, 1. Because in the late game, you have 0 reason to not charge to draw. Anyway, so here the net change of playing any unit is minus x minus 3. Okay, so if we were to map this out in an equation, the net change of playing any units is minus x minus 3. So if n represents the net change, n equals negative x minus 3, where negative x is the cost of the unit itself, so drop 2, and negative 3 is the unit going to board. Because a card in hand is 3 UM, but then you play it to the board, where it cannot provide you UM anymore, so you're losing 3 whole UM to play a unit. So this is like, just generally for all units, for any vanilla unit. So any units with effects would do other things. So this is a key for the Feng tree. It's just defining variables. So then this tree is what we're trying to map out right now, is how much each each individual type of ability gives, assuming it is on a tactic and it has one target and it is the only thing that that tactic does. So if a card draws, right, its net change... Okay, if a card draws, its net change is n equals minus x plus 2. You are gaining 2 UM, but losing x. So for any draw card to be balanced, it needs to be drop 2. X minus 3 is only valid if the card only has drop values. Okay, hold on, pause. Okay, X minus 3 is only valid. Okay. If the card only has drop values. Oh, wait. That's true. That's true. Wait. No, okay. We defined this earlier, but a card being used in hand for a cost. Okay, moving a card from hand to the board loses you -3 UM. But a card being moved to drop is -1. So, okay, it's only valid if the card only has drop values. This is wrong because -3 UM to pay, like -X UM to pay the cost of unit. If I had 2 cards in drop already, and I wanted to pay the charge cost of Hexcalibur, I would lose 1 UM, lose 2 UM, play it. It does not matter what type the cost is, because you are still losing -2. In hand, okay, look. So like in hand, it's this. We have 15 UM. We are going down to 14, 13 UM. So it's minus. So like, hold on. Just like let me just map every single thing out. So -X UM to pay the cost of the unit. So we are paying -X, the drop 2 cost. 1, 2. And then we go -3. So we're going -5 to summon Hexcalibur, right? But if we have 2 cards in drop already, we have a total of 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We are going to charge 2, 1, 2, Hexcalibur. We went from 13 to... Okay, we still lost -X, like we still lost -2 and -3 for a total of -5 still. It doesn't need to be specifically drop. 1 UM refers to, okay, again, 1 UM refers to an individual instance of a card being used to pay a cost. It does not matter what kind of cost that it is being used to pay for. All that matters is that a single card anywhere is being used to pay for a cost. Hi, welcome if anyone just popped in. I sound like a math professor. But yeah, so like, I guess that was a good question to bring up just so I can, like, you know, reinforce the idea. But yeah, so it's valid. So X minus 3 is valid, like -X minus 3 is valid, even if it's a charge cost or a drain cost, because paying one singular drop cost is not inherently more. It is not inherently more UM than paying a charge cost, because well, your total UM, right? If I have 1 card in hand, my total UM is 3. I pay a drop cost. Now my total UM is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Duh. So if I have only 1 card in drop, then I have a total of 2. It goes to charge. I'm expending 1. A card in charge is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. It is still the exact same number. I guess I don't need to keep repeating this until you say another chat message, but you know, it's just a good exercise, I guess. Okay. So then, yeah, so like playing from like drain or deck is actually the strongest version of playing because it doesn't use any, what's it called? Excuse me. Okay, so let's like move on. We spent so much time on that. Okay, so call. So we're gonna have from hand. So this is just like calling is fairly similar, but we're just gonna remove the costs. We're just removing the Y component. So call from charge. call from here. Okay. Also, hi, welcome if anyone's popped in from drain or deck. Welcome to the math stream. So assuming this is a tactic that exists, it's minus XUM for cost, always minus XUM. Then it's minus 1 UM to activate. So this is always going to happen, like cost and then activate, right? And then minus 3. Yeah, we're just removing the cost aspects. It's minus 3 UM to play the desired. Okay. Okay, representing the unit in hand. Going to the board. So then we're just gonna copy paste this. And then just like change all the values as needed. So then this is going to be minus 2. This is going to be minus 1. But yeah, also, even though I went on that whole tirade, if I do actually get something wrong, please, by all means, call me out on it. By all means, I am not perfect. I sound like I know what I'm doing. I'm just talking like that, just to try to be as clear to myself as I possibly can. Oh, you know what I can do? N is reserved for net cost, which is the total amount of UM lost or gained. So I can just like change this all to like N equals and just like have like a nice little equation here. But yeah, there we go. So there's that. N equals, so I believe this is just minus X minus 3. Yeah, because we're just removing the Y component. Okay, so this is minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. So that's like minus 1 minus 2, which is 3, minus 1 minus 1, which is 2, minus 1, which is 1. There. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna get rid of this for now, because it's not that important. Okay. So that's calling. Okay. Calling, placing. Okay, place. From hand. We're gonna do place from hand and like from, like, I guess it's like from hand, from drop, from charge. Okay, just drain from your hand specifically. Okay. So place. I think this is just straight up. There's no cost component, so it's just minus 1 UM to place. N equals minus 1. It's just a flat minus 1, I believe. So then drawing, I think we already defined this earlier. Yeah, we're just gonna move draw. There we go. So N is going to be minus X for the card, minus 1 to activate, plus 3. There we go. So that's draw. Okay, so then spin. Return the card specified into the deck and then shuffle. So returning cards specified. Okay, so now we're like actually we're targeting other cards on the board, right? So spin. We'll have the box there. So we're gonna start off with the cost. So it's minus X UM for cost. -1 UM to activate. Always start with that. So then, this doesn't. I guess we could say spin your own unit. Spinning your own unit doesn't have any effective UM change. Spin is also n equals -1. Oh, wait, okay, spin on board. Oh, we have to define. We also have to specify which player. So like, what's it called? Ooh. Net cost of turn player. M is reserved for net cost for opposing. Okay. Opposing player. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Activating player and then opposing player. There we go. So spin is gonna be the first card effect that brings in M. M. Oh, I have to map it out for like the opponent. Okay, on your board. So it's this, it's this. It's just that. So then spin. Okay, from your board. So then from your drop, charge, drain, and then hand. Not that I'd ever design this, like not that I'd ever print this. So yeah, your and then your opponent's. Okay. So there's this, and then we have to map this out for your opponent's hand, drop, charge, drain. Okay. So we'll do this, and then I do have to get up early tomorrow, but so spinning from your hand, I don't know why this would ever happen. But I believe it's just okay, let me do this real quick. Just give everybody there. Okay, so spinning from your hand. Oh. Okay, yeah, so spinning from your hand. This would end up being -3. -3 UM to spin from your hand. So spinning from your hand is... Oh no, this is x -1. I'm an idiot. I forgot to... Yeah, no, place is just straight up -1. And then like spinning is -x -1. So then spinning from your hand would be this. N equals -x -4. So then from drop, you're losing 2 UM to spin from drop. So then this is -3, getting ready to go -2. God damn it. So 3, 2, 1. So this is 3, this is 2, and this is 1. This is going to be -1 UM to spin from... I said spring, what the hell? To spin from charge. And then from your drain is just that. And then from your opponent's hand, So this is always going to be the positive. Okay, player is always going to be doing this. Ooh. So how do I represent this? Because like I could just say like for the opponent player, right? Because this is like from your opponent's hand. I don't want to say plus because are you inherently going plus? Okay, under the current definition, spinning a card from your opponent's hand does not. Spinning a card from your opponent's hand does not change how many cost you have. So it would be wrong to represent spinning an opponent's card from hand to be plus 3 UM, because yes, okay, we would have to redefine UM to be in comparison to your opponent's total. But your opponent's total is always unknown. No, it's not, it's public. So then both players have 0 if it's like in comparison to your... I could just use ABC. Or no, I can just say from... Okay. -3 for your opponent. Okay, -3 UM. Okay, we'll just fucking... FYO means for your opponent. That's the easiest way to label this. Fuck off. From your. So then, M equals -3. So then, this is going to be M equals -2. And then from your opponent's charge is going to be -1 UM for your opponent. From your opponent's charge would be M equals -2. Okay, -1. And then from your opponent's drain is nothing. Okay. So far, we have done playing, calling, placing, drawing, and spinning. I think was all. So then we have to do bouncing, popping, zapping, tagging. Okay. These are like restricted because so on the board. Okay, I need to specify on the board. On the board. This is actually kind of neat because this is forcing me to go back. Okay. Yeah, so this is forcing me to go back. And what's it called? Yeah, this is forcing me to go back and actually reevaluate the definitions for all my words. Like all my keywords. But okay, let's see if we can't. Because popping would be just for you and then for your opponent. So it doesn't like there's not gonna be 17 different cases. Pop. Okay. Okay, so pop, and then pop for your opponent. For you, and then, okay. Pop, own card, and then pop for your opponent. So then this is going to be, okay, so we'll start off with the base like -X. -X UM, -1 UM for cost to activate. And then popping your own card is actually +2 UM. Representing a card being added to, okay, +2 UM representing a card being added to your drop. So then popping for your opponent, okay, so then this is N equals -X minus, okay, a minus x plus 1. So you're actually going inherent, okay, you are actually going plus 1 because you're putting 2 cards in drop. So pop for your opponent. So it's this. And then it's just this for your opponent. So then here, popping for your opponent, popping a card for your opponent is, so it's N is this, and then M is plus 2. There. So then doing this for like, what's one? I think it would help to remove all the X and self card costs from these blocks instead of value all these things as literal game actions onto themselves. I think, what's it called? True? In a vacuum. So we can just do this. So then yeah, in a vacuum. So like, I guess X is reserved for any secondary costs. Y is reserved for here. There's no Z. So then, oh, all the paying to activate stuff is costed already. When you're totaling the total mana of a card, you don't want to double count the activation costs. Yeah. Here. Oh, this is gonna be miserable. Okay, let me go through and do all this. So, okay, just checking my work. X minus 3, X minus 2, X minus 1, X. So then here, this would be calling from hand is inherently, okay, so calling from hand is just 3. Calling from drop is just minus 2. Calling from charge is just minus 1. Calling from deck or drain n equals 0. Placing. Okay, so drawing is inherently plus 3. This is honestly way more useful. It's a lot less clunky, and it's more practical in literally every sense. Here, placing, spinning, n equals 0 from your hand, x is minus 3 x is minus 2 x is minus 1 spinning from your drain is 0 Yeah, like having them just not be attached to so hand rip is something that could never happen. Okay, so spinning from your opponent's drain is essentially useless, so I think I probably should never print that effect. Well, it's not useless, it's just like, it doesn't affect yeah. So popping your own card is +2 yuan. And then popping for your opponent there. That is so much more concise. You could hand your cards if they're sent to drain. That's true, actually, if you tag your opponent's cards. Which is something that will never happen. Okay, so tag, own card, or zap own card, tag own card. Zap for your opponent, tag for your opponent, abolish from drop, because abolish can happen from anywhere, from your charge, abolish from your drain, abolish from your... Okay. For your drop, charge, drain. So there's this. Dodge. Okay, so abolish, add. Add only has one target. Okay, add only has one case. Drop only has one case. Dodging only has one case. Push, pull, rest, wait. You know, I can abbreviate like for you. F. Y means from your. Yeah, I don't need, whatever. I don't need to abbreviate everything. Push from your hand. That doesn't happen. Drop. Does it? We'll just say you can't. We'll just say you can't. I feel like... No. It's whatever. Push from your hand. Charge. Drain. Push from your opponent's hand. Drop. Charge. Train. I think that's it. Yeah. So all of these have... What's it called? I think I'll take all of the ones that are 0 UM and then put them all together at the bottom. The following effects all have a net change of 0 UM. So zapping your own card is just +1. Representing a card being added to your charge. A lot of these are kind of redundant. Do I need to add reasoning? I probably should add reasoning just for future reference. Okay, we'll go through and just like here. Tag, okay, tagging is 0 UM. Okay, we're going to copy this. So abolishing from your drop, abolishing from your board does not have any UM, from your opponent's board does not have any UM. Ooh, dodging doesn't. So we're going to take the opponent also not gaining. So tagging does not, abolishing from your opponent's board does not. Dodging, pushing from your opponent's grave, oh, pulling. So we need from your hand, drop, charge, drain. Or I guess drop, charge, drain, and then pull from your opponent's drop, charge, drain. Okay, so there's that. Sure. Okay, so abolishing from your drop. Do I even need to add I really don't need to add explanations. Okay, for these, they actually do. I think for all these like easy ones though. You know I really gotta give a little tip, okay, for the greatest escape. While traps await, you are always gonna find another method to be saved every day. Now that it's plain, you are never gonna be sane living in this world all the same. Maybe it's better if you play really dumb and you say you're giving in and follow. Yeah, I think if flowers in a bouquet, dressing pretty lies, can steal a heart in some ways, are they real inside? Where every little thing stains. Do I get rid of the reasoning on anything that's like not involving variables? Yeah, I literally don't need this. I could just say, hey, you know. If I ever really want it, I can always go back and manually do this myself. But for the most part, it's not really needed. Okay, in that case, I don't even need the n equals, you know. Actually, no, it's useful for denoting who gets what. It's useful for denoting who gets what. Falling asleep, and maybe you seem more dizzy to me. All you can be there. Is indeed, but what do I see? A big trick up your sleeve, swinging a dime in front of your eyes, till you will find it frozen in time. N equals -3. N equals -2. N equals 0. Oh, abolish from your hand. Abolish. Missing more cases. So this is going to be -3, -2, -1, -0. And I'm just going to copy paste like N. Doesn't have much weight, and that charismatic charm is fake. If you stare hard and gape at the truth displayed, you will end so there's that. Adding. So this is just +3, is it not? Because you're putting a card in your hand. And then dropping is n equals +2. Pushing from your hand is n equals -1. All of these are n equals -1. And then push from your drain is n equals 0. So then this is going to be pushing from your opponent's hand. We're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. M equals -1. So then pull from your drop. N equals +1. +1, +1. And then that was easy enough. And then N here, here, here. M equals +1. Yeah. So I guess like in order to order these right. Yeah, call is the only one that has any there. So that's it. So I guess what's it called? Do I rank these from like highest to lowest? From hot, okay, from most gained to most lost. Okay, let's get sorting. So the issue with this though is where does playing go? Because X could be potentially anything. My phone died. This is the first time my phone has died on stream in a while. There we go. X is treated as 0. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Okay, we'll start with like all the +3s. I think that's just add and that's it. Excuse me. And then we'll take all the +2s. So draw is +2. Pop your own card is +2. Okay, so drop is also that. This also gives me an opportunity to do this. So N is +1. So there are 4 effects that do that. So these. And then zapping your own card. And I guess this all makes sense, right? N equals 0. Hello? 0. Space 0. Oh, N equals +0. There we go. Okay, so there's 27 effects that are all N -0. Okay, N equals 0. So we'll order all these properly in a sec. By N. There we go. Abolishing, zapping and tagging. And then dodging. So then playing is, so -0, -3. Okay, so now we go -1 and equals -1. So placing spinning, all the pushing, abolish from charge, spin from charge, n equals -2. So this and this. Okay, so then, all right, this is -1. This is -2. Okay, also thanks for liking whoever did. So that's that. And everything left should be -3, right? So this is -3. Oh, this is like, this goes in 0. Hold on. And then, oh, why are you guys here? So this is -3. These are -3. This is, okay, calling from drop is -2. This is -1, -2. And then calling from charge is -1. There we go. There we go. So then, 0 UM, okay, plus 3 UM, and I'll just like label each of these. So then this is plus 2 UM, plus 1 UM, 0 UM, -1 UM, -2 UM, and then -3. There we go. We've done it. We've done the thing. Yeah, how much each individual type of effect or ability gives in a vacuum. The only really important ones are just the top here. Which I guess, like, anything that, like, actively changes things. We'll put U0 at the bottom. Because it's, like, the biggest section and the least important. There we go. That goes on its own page. There we go. Huzzah. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. This looks way better. This looks way cleaner. There we go. So then, Okay, so now we have this mapped out. I think next time, what I'm gonna try to do is just like reevaluate every single affected card. And kind of like, I can use this to sort of like try to bump production. Just so in general there's more resources. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's gonna be it for now. It's 10 PM. I'm gonna go ahead and end stream because I said I would. And what's it called? Yeah, I gotta get up early tomorrow because my brother's a boxing match and we gotta go to the next town over. But yeah, so thanks for popping in. Have a good day, night, morning, day, night, evening. I've been Tearlaments Suureva, or Reva for short, and I'm kind of tired at this point. Well, this is a neat place to start. This is a really neat place to start. We kind of... So, I think so the journey to get here, a lot of it was like a little unnecessary, but this is just like a nice visual to have. And what's called, this is neat. And I think, so I do want to like compile a couple more of these. Actually, I think like just this is fine because then everything else has effects and then it's affected by that. So then, yeah. Because like also, I guess like also, like so next time I need to define what, okay. Bookmark. Next time, define what 1UM should afford. Define what 1UM should afford you. Then to balance all cards around that standard. There we go. Because this is all like UM generation. It's just we don't have, what's it called? How much UM, like how much each UM, like how much each effect should cost. So anyway, but yeah, so that's gonna be it. I'm gonna go brush my teeth and go to sleep. But yeah, bye bye. Thanks for popping in. Have a good day, night, morning, day, night, evening. I've been Tearlaments Suureva, or Reva for short, and I am going to sleep. Bye bye. Bye bye. We did a lot of really good progress today.